We are going through the book of Matthew this month, taking a chapter a day. And today we're looking at Matthew 6. Now in Matthew 5, we started with the Sermon on the Mound, and that spans 3 chapters. So today we're still in the Sermon on the Mount. There's lots in that. Like I said, we could go for months just on the Sermon on the Mount. And I'm not going to go hugely in depth on anything, but want to give you a few things to consider. Let's look at a couple things. I want to look at the highlight from verses 5 through 13. Jesus is teaching his disciples how to pray. It starts in verse 5. And when you pray, you shall not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray, standing in the synagogues and on the corners of the streets, that they may be seen by men. Assuredly, I say to you, they have their reward. Now, hypocrite is the Greek word for actor. Just like actor today, we see actors on television and in the movies. An actor is someone playing a part for others to see. And that's what he is talking about here. Some people pray in the synagogues, long recitations. They do it to be seen. Oh, Holy Father, all those kind of things. Do it nice and loud where everybody can look and see them and say, wow, that person must be really religious. Jesus is saying, that's not right. If you're praying to God, pray just to God. Otherwise, you're just being a hypocrite for others to see, playing a role and being an actor. You're not authentic to your faith, to what your actions are trying to do. We see the same thing a little bit earlier when Jesus is talking about good deeds. Let me read from verses 1 and 2. Take heed that you do not do your charitable deeds before men, to be seen by them. Otherwise, you have no reward from your Father in heaven. Therefore, when you do a charitable deed, do not sound a trumpet before you, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets. They have their glory from men. Assuredly, I say to you, they have their reward in full. We see that same word again, hypocrite. It's being an actor again. Now, in drama back then, when an actor would come on stage, it would, for the first time in a show, it was heralded with a trumpet fanfare, as if to say, doo-doo-doo, here's the main guy, here's the star you all wanted to see, doo-doo-doo, that kind of a thing. So that's why he's saying, therefore, when you do a charitable deed, do not sound a trumpet before you as the hypocrites do. We're not supposed to do our deeds for human recognition. We're not supposed to be looking for human fanfare. God knows what we are doing and sees it. That's who we're trying to please. Let me jump down further in Matthew 6. Verses 25 through 34. Jesus tells us here, do not worry about anything. I remember a number of years back, I did a sermon series on parts of the Bible we're not good at. And this was one of those. Ask any parent, don't worry about your child. What he or she is doing out there when you can't see them. Don't worry about their choices they're making. Don't worry. But it's the idea about putting things in God's hands. Trust God. Have faith in God, as we talk about. If we're worrying about something, we're not trusting God to handle it. Whatever it is that stresses you out, makes you anxious, give it to God. Have faith, God can handle it. Trust God. And do not worry. More to come on the Sermon on the Mount.